So when I was in elementary school, after I would get out of school, there was like a routine I had. I would go outside with all my friends and we would play at this park all day, basically, literally just countless hours and hours and hours of tag in this game called Ghosts in the Graveyards, which still to this day, I have no clue why it is called that, but that's what the game was called. And it was a game where everyone would have to get to this bench that one person was guarding, and usually it was my core friend group that would play this game, and it was 4 of us, so one person guarding and the 3 others trying to get to the bench. And this game made you get real creative for trying to get to the bench, I'm gonna tell you that. But one day, it was after school in like 5 or 6 p.m. and I was outside like usual. Now I wasn't with my main guys this day, I was with like these other group of kids from my school and that like lived around the neighborhood and whatnot. Now like 2 of them went to my school and one of them, who was named Toby, I had played football with, so I knew him. Everyone else, we were kind of like mutual friends of each other and everything. And I didn't even know Toby like that or none of these kids, but they were chilling at a park across the street from my main park and I was just like, why not chill with them? Plus it was easy to chill with random people when I was a kid. So I went up chilling at their park and we're all just kind of messing around at this park, just running around into the road, just being stupid kids, right? Now at one point we're all sitting down just talking and one of the dudes started talking about playing hide and seek tag, which is just hide and seek, but you know, you gotta tag somebody so it counts to you finding them and whatnot. And if they tagged you, you gotta help them like seek and look for more people. So it's kind of like an infection, and we all agreed because when it came to games like this, it was like life or death, and we took this shit beyond seriously. So the game started with this kid who will name Liam being the seeker, and we all just kind of sprinted into different directions from the park to go hide. And I chose to go hide across the street at my main park behind this giant bush, and it was like literally the perfect spot, not only because I was hidden from the POV of Liam, but also because I could see everyone over there. And I dead saw my friend Toby in one of the sorriest spots I've seen like someone possibly think of. Bro was behind a tree. Like, come on, bro, that's like most basic trash spots. We know this is basic hide and seek knowledge, you feel me? And I was like, he's definitely gonna be found like immediately. And then I looked back to where Liam was counting and he was gone, and I was like, oh shit, because my whole reason for being in this spot, like I said, was to keep my eye on everybody over there and where everyone was at all times, so I could easily win this. But I had no clue where he was now, and all I could see was Toby in this sorry ass spot in an empty park. And from around the corner, after a little bit of looking around trying to see where everyone is at, I hear and zooming around the corner comes this kid who will name Ethan. Now bro came around the corner running and screaming like whoever was behind him was trying to kill him, and he wasn't wrong for that, because right behind him Liam was sprinting after him full speed with red in his eyes, and it looked like Ethan would definitely get caught, which would be a huge problem for the rest of us, turning one seeker into 2. And like while Ethan was being chased, I see this other kid Owen come out from behind the fence next to his house, and he started trying to sneak across the street while Liam was after Ethan. And I just see Liam and Ethan coming around the corner, but it didn't look like Ethan was still being chased by him. It looked like they were running together, and the second I realized that, so did Owen, who was trying to sneak across the street still, because he looked over in my direction, pointed to exactly where I was, and screamed, "Chase over there!" And I was like, shit. So after Owen threw me to the wolves, I left my hiding spot running like a madman across the street towards Toby, because I know I wasn't the only one getting hoed here. Like if Owen was gonna hoe me, I was gonna hoe Toby. That's how we were doing. We're all going down, I don't care. And then the seekers split, Ethan going for Owen and Liam started running towards where I was going, which was to Toby's tree. Now I already knew Toby had a decision to make. Toby would either have to run away from Liam towards my direction, which would make Liam then have to chase after both of us, which with the risk of Ethan possibly changing his focus to us if getting Owen was too hard. But this decision could also get us both hoed, but maybe this was his plan all along, since I was running in his direction on purpose because I wanted to hoe him because my spot got exposed. Or Toby could be running in Liam's direction, which would make it seem like he was just trying to save himself, but he actually wanted to get himself tagged just to get me out and hoe me because I tried to hoe him. And then Toby looked at Liam running towards him and then looked at me, and they just turned around and ran straight into my direction. And I was still running in his direction, so I was like, oh shit. So I had to slow down almost to a stop and try to turn around and pivot in place while Toby ran past me into freedom land. And since I did all that, I lost all my speed. Before I can even process Toby's actions here, I didn't know what to do. I slowed down. I had to turn back around, obviously, because Liam was coming around the corner of that tree in my direction and Toby was already gone in the wind. So I started running back, but it was too late. I was already hoed, because before I can even make up any more ground on Liam, he caught up to me and tagged me, and I was just beyond mad because I got hoed 3 times in the course of 1 minute out of my spot by Toby and then tagged by Liam. And then, you know, pretty much everything ended real quick once I was it, because I was just so much faster than everyone else that this game was pretty much over. And when I say over, I mean I hawked down everyone who was left alive, especially Toby. So then a little later we were all chilling again, figuring out what to do now, because we're all kind of just just bored of playing hide and seek and tag and all these other games we were doing, just mostly involving running around, which was tiring us out, and we're trying to figure out what to do. Now, I don't know how we got on the topic of doing this, but we wanted to ding dong ditch. Now, everyone was just talking about we should do some houses nearby, and then Ethan had the idea to ding dong ditch this girl's house that went to our school, and very conveniently, she lived like 5 houses down from the park. So we all got up, walked around, and up to her house, and I was low-key scared as hell, because like what if we walked up to the house and they answered like this? But everyone else seemed pretty pumped, and Toby was like, guys, when we get there, one person rings the doorbell and knocks on the door, right? And then everyone else hide nearby, and then we all run, okay? Bet, yup, alright, for sure. So we all walked up to her driveway onto her porch, and then Toby had chosen himself for the quest, for the main mission. He went up to their door while me and everyone else hid behind these pillars connected to her porch, and he looked around real quick, left and right, all goofy like, and then knocked on the door and turned around, running past all of us. And before any of us can even utter a what the hell, because he was supposed to ring the doorbell too, me, Owen, Liam, and Ethan all scrambled down their driveway like some chickens with no heads, literally just running around like we all just had got caught, and we just sprinted across the street in the direction Toby went, and we all crossed the road and hid across the street behind a fence at an angle where they couldn't see us if they did come outside. And then we all just stared at each other out of breath and shit, and then we started laughing because it was the goofiest shit we had ever did. We all just kind of stayed in our retreat location until we thought the coast was clear. A little scared, I'm not even gonna lie to you, that we would still get caught, but happy because that shit was fun.